Hey everybody, Fox Rose here, and hallelujah, happy new year, and whatever the fuck you want to say. So, I wanted to show you guys a special video, because I haven't done a countdown in a long time. And what better video to watch, or play, or create for you guys than the top 5 games I played this year. Keep in mind, the only rules are I have to have purchased the game this year, or have been given the game this year. Beating it is not a requirement, but it doesn't matter if that helps out or not. Third and foremost, I have not played every game out there, but a good chunk of these games that I got this year were some of the best ones that I played in a long time, even if I haven't beaten them all. So, with that said, welcome everybody to Fox Rose Top 5 Games of 2016. Number 5, Kirby Planet Robobot. So why is Kirby Planet Robobot make number 5 on my list? Well, simple. It's the first 3DS game that I've bought in a while that's not an RPG of any kind, and it's a really fun experience. The last main series Kirby game that I actually picked up before this was Return to Dreamland. However, I purchased it last year, so it doesn't count for this list, otherwise that would be here instead. And even before then, the last game that I had that was a handheld Kirby game was Squeak Squad. And since then, the games haven't shown the amount of quality that Squeak Squad had, in my opinion, so I didn't want to pick any up. Now that I've had a chance to play Kirby Planet Robobot from much earlier this year, I want to say I got this like a week or two after it came out, I'm super happy with the results. I mean, this game is amazing. Kirby Planet Robobot has some of the most fluid gameplay I've seen in the Kirby series in a long time. It introduces a brand new mechanic in the Robobot suit. And, God, what can I say? Kirby Planet Robobot's a great game, and considering the concept that they went with it, it has a lot of uses in puzzles. The boss fights are actually enjoyable, unlike they have been in more recent games. And what can I say? It made completing the game, yes, I've almost completed this game, a joyride through hell and back. And I don't intend on trading this into GameStop until after I complete this game. And in all honesty, this game is amazing on so many levels. I won't be able to do it justice. Just go and look it up from anyone who's reviewed it, and you'll automatically see what I'm talking about with this game. Because Kirby Planet Robobot, it's a whole nother experience, man. It really is. And I'm gonna spoil a tiny bit, not giving details, but the people who have played this game, that ending, even though it didn't have feelings for most of the game, that was still heartfelt, and I can't believe the degree of detail and love they put into that character. So, for all those reasons, Kirby Planet Robobot is number 5 for my top 5 games of 2016 list. Number 4, Ratchet Clank on PS4. I love Ratchet Clank. The originals, the sequels, the future series, well, not so much the future series, but the future series, and now the reboot of a reboot. And my god, I know I haven't finished either the first Ratchet & Clank or this one on the channel yet, but I intend to this year. And in all honesty, I cannot wait to do that again. And why is that? Because Ratchet & Clank is by far one of my favorite video game series of all time. All time! Hell, the only Ratchet & Clank game I don't have is Quest of Booty, or Quest for Booty. I don't care what it's called. It's a stupid expansion. It doesn't do much, and it's a stupid expansion! But I love these games. Ratchet & Clank have had some great hits, great misses as well. Looking at you, Into the Nexus. And it's still amazing to see all this stuff being put into fruition. I mean, come on! Ratchet & Clank has had some amazing gameplay aspects since the beginning, and they've only been refining it with each and every release of the series. If that doesn't scream dedication to your craft, or to the fans who actually pay money to play these games, I don't know what is. The voice acting and the movie, oh my god. So, for those of you who don't know, Dave and I actually were supposed to record a few episodes of playing this with him playing on the file that I had done already. That I had already beaten the game with at least 3 times now. And here's the thing. The reason he even did want to do that is because of the fact that that day we had actually went to see the movie opening day. And my god, my god, that is one of the best movies I've seen all year. And I know it's a story that's stereotypical and easy to predict. But you know something? The writers came through to the very fucking end, and it made the movie that much more enjoyable. And in all honesty, if it weren't for the movie, I don't think this game would have done so well. I really don't. Plus, the Clank sections, they got even better. Like, everybody complained about the Clank sections in the past, and this game took those complaints, made it good, and I don't know what to say. Ratchet Clank the reboot, just did an amazing job, and I think we all are anxious to see where the series goes from here. So with that said, Ratchet Clank for PS4 is my number 4 game for my top 5 games of 2016. Okay, now number 3 is kind of expected because everyone knows that if you've seen my channel before, you will know that I've been obsessing over these games since they first came out and since the original titles were first leaked. So number 3 is a tie between Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon. Why the both of them? First of all, I've been playing Sun more just because I wanted to try and see if I actually could get the Midnight form for Lycanroc in this before post-game or anything. And you can. So I went through, beat the game, and then that's pretty much it. I've just been doing post-game. And why did I decide to do this one instead of Moon? Well, first of all, I like to use physical attackers for Pokemon. And second of all, I knew that the stories were going to be big, and I wanted to experience them in the coolest way to me. Not to say that Lunala isn't a cool Pokemon. Far from it. Lunala is one of the best ghost types we've had in ages. Next to Giratina, even. But the reason that I wanted to go with Sun first is because my good friend Silent Storm 7277, who I've played Blaze Blue with on the past and on the channel, he actually didn't have any other way to get a game for these series except for the eShop. And I promised him that we would do a rival series on Pokemon Sun, and then with every trial that we passed, it would be like a rival battle, kind of like how Hal meets you at certain points in the game. That's the kind of mentality we were going with, and in all honesty, I'm happy that we did that, because it means so much to me that we did that. It really does. Especially since the Pokemon games have always been a multiplayer experience. They always have. Always will be. And in all honesty, I'm happy that they did what they did for this series. It played out amazingly well in their favor. And I don't know what else to say. Pokemon Sun and Moon, they weren't drastic changes. They weren't. They still had a form of gym battles with the Grand Trials. And yes, technically you aren't earning badges, but you're earning stamps. And a lot of people who are still playing the game because they're lagging behind and everything, and they're wondering why there are so many stamp placements in the trainer passport, that's your completionist checklist, people. Yeah. Have fun going through fucking hell. Oh, lordy. But in all seriousness, Pokemon Sun and Moon are some of the best games that have come out of this year. And I hope that forevermore Pokemon does more games like these. And if the rumors about the next Pokemon game being on the Switch are true, it's either going to be a Gen 4 remake, Gen 1 reboot, or the next game in the Generation 7 series, for sure. And for those reasons, I just want to say something real quick. It's your boy, Guzma! Before I talk about number 2 on my list, I want to preface something. And if any one of my classmates are actually still watching my videos, then you're going to be so pissed when I say this, but it's true. So, in about May of this year, 2016, because I'm recording this in 2016, I was given the chance to go on senior trip with my class. Back to the story. One day for senior trip, we went to the mall, and without giving details of where exactly we went, it was this awesome little place that was basically solar powered and water powered, I think, as well, in Maine. And without giving away too many details, I'll just say that we went to a very specific mall in Maine. You can take a guess which one. And it was the first time that I had been in a mall in a long time. So, first intuition, since I know some stores that are in malls and plazas, I think Newbury Comics, GameStop, and whatever other nerdy place I can find. So I first go to Newbury Comics, nothing to buy there. I go to GameStop, find something that's going to be contemplating for me for the whole rest of the day, and then I end up grabbing it last minute. And the last thing was Best Buy, because Best Buy. I'm a gamer. What more do I need to say? Anyways. And I actually held up the class a little bit for this trip because I lied and said I was going to the bathroom when I really just took a sharp corner into GameStop and got number 2 on the list, which I had been wanting since it had come out earlier that month. And what game is this that I keep talking about nonstop right now? Well, number 2 is my favorite fighter of this year, Pokken Tournament. Bitch! And why do I love Pokken Tournament so much? Well, first of all, it's Pokemon Tekken. Let me repeat myself. It is Pokemon and Tekken. What else is there to say about that? Seriously. Pokemon and Tekken together, Pokken Tournament, is an amazing game. It's not long, because no fighting game is ever that long without the Wi-Fi experience anymore. But this game is not long in the slightest, and it is still fun to play to this fucking day. I love it to pieces. This game is easily my go-to fighting game now, and my main is Weavile if anyone's curious. And this is my go-to if there's only one other person playing a fighting game with me. For a player, it's got to be Smash Bros. Just saying. But anyways, and I love this game to pieces. It's such a fun time. Pokken Tournament was hyped up to be something that could have easily crashed and burned, yet they're still adding characters to the arcade version in Japan, and I know that's going to be coming in a DLC pack in the future, Nintendo. I know it's coming. But anyways, Pokken Tournament is an amazing game. Whenever we weren't anywhere on the senior trip, I was actually playing this the whole time since I got it. And, God, what else do I say? This is just an amazing game. And if anyone's curious why I'm putting this over Sun and Moon, when it's clearly the inferior game between the two, simple. The memories are what's putting this game higher. Because, not to get cheesy, but since then, I haven't seen a single one of my classmates, really, after graduation, and some I'm happy to not see. Others I really miss. A lot. And if any of you are watching, you know who I'm talking about. I hope that through the times that you thought I was an asshole or anything, that you can forgive me. I was never intending to be an asshole, if that's what you thought. That's just not who I am. But anyways, for those reasons, Pokken Tournament on Wii U is my second favorite game of 2016. Before I reveal my very favorite game of 2016, I have 4 honorable mentions. Number 1, Tales of Symphonia Chronicles, specifically Tales of Symphonia, the original, on the Chronicles version of the game. And why do I like it? Well, it's an Smash Bros. Styled RPG. That right there says a lot to me. I've grown up with Smash Bros. I've grown up with RPGs, and I've gotten kind of into it. I just haven't gotten that far, and I won't spoil details for how far I've gotten. If anyone wants to know, just shoot me a message sometime, and I'll tell you. But Tales of Symphonia is an honorable mention. Next up, one that I told everyone that if we did do a series, I would not start a new file on it because this game is fucking hard as balls. Bloodborne. Yes, Bloodborne is one of my favorite games of this year. And at first, I never thought I actually would like it. I never really liked Dark Souls. I never really did. And Bloodborne is a great game. Why I didn't like it sooner is beyond me. But you know something? It's a fun game. And I love it to pieces. Even if I die very fucking easily from very stupid bullshit! Next up is a game in the style of Bloodborne somewhat. God Eater 2 Rage Burst. And yes, I do have the Day 1 edition. So why do I love this game in particular as an honorable mention? Well, first of all, I've been playing God Eater 1 before playing this and getting this Day 1. And you know something? I wish I had known that I would like God Eater before, because I could have got it for free! God! Sorry. But, it's a really cool game. The graphics are amazing for what was originally on Vita, I believe. And this game just has some amazing stuff going on with it. And I can't believe that nobody really liked it this year. It was just a meh game to them. It's a good game. And I haven't gotten far, but I'm at least getting there in the game. And I'm just going to say, the story for both God Eater 1 and God Eater 2, even though it's like, what, 7 years? 7 to 2 years? I don't know. I kind of forget that detail apart. It's still a great story, from what I've seen. And lastly, the one that everyone is probably expecting to be number 1 for me. Final Fantasy 15, bitch, is an honorable mention. And why is it an honorable mention? I haven't played it enough to actually get a real opinion of it, because I am underleveled as fuck, and I haven't really ever beaten a Final Fantasy game. I've never really played a Final Fantasy game. I have Final Fantasies 6, 7, 8, 9. Those 4 games I have on my PS3. Then I've got Tactics, I've got the Collector's... Wait. Hang on a second. You guys are going to want to see this. I actually have the Collector's Edition of Final Fantasy 12. Don't believe me? That's a metal case. Read the bottom, bitch! I have stuff for Final Fantasy. I just never really got into it. And that's why Final Fantasy 15 is only an honorable mention. It's good so far. And if this is where Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to be going, I cannot wait. I really can't. It's going to be so much fun. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. What game is my number 1 game of the year? Well, let's have a quick recap. Number 5, Kirby Planet Robobot. Number 4, Ratchet Clank. Number 3, Pokemon Sumo, Sun and Moon. And number 2, Pokken Tournament. This game has been amazing to me in many ways. It's been a struggle at points, it's been fun, it's been a great time, and part that's most important to me, it showed me that this series is not fucking dead. It's not. It's not. And with the game that's going to be coming out at the end of January next year for this series, don't mind me, I might start crying through this segment because I genuinely love this a lot. Because my number one favorite game of 2016 is Digimon Story Cybersleuth. This game is my favorite game of the year, and in all honesty, there's so many reasons why. It introduces so many good characters, it has such good gameplay, the graphics are not the best, I will admit, but it's still good graphics, especially for something that was on Vita originally. And even if it's upscaled in some parts, it still looks amazing. And the best part, to me, is the story. This story is one of the best stories in the Digimon franchise. And in all honesty, this game pushes the boundaries to what Digimon could have been originally. And unlike Pokemon, where Sun and Moon have gotten a bit darker over the ages, with each installment Pokemon gets darker. But Digimon, it didn't just get darker. It got more mature for the fans. For instance, first 2 seasons of the anime, we had Digimon Adventure, we had Digimon Adventure 2, with characters such as Piedmon, Myotismon, Black War Greymon. Hell, we even had the Digimon Emperor. And in those days, we only had 2 games, Digimon World and Digimon World 2. And I'm not sure if Card Battle came out then or after 2. I'm not sure. But either way, it's still amazing to see that stuff. Like, you can see how dark things get and how mature they get. And then they just kept getting more and more mature and more amazing as time went on. And Digimon Story Cybersleuth holds up to that testament of time. The fact that there's so much going on with the Eaters. The fact that you yourself become a fucking detective. You yourself become a detective, people. Even if it's just being an assistant, you're still a detective. And yes, there are some characters who I will never say are actually good characters. I will admit that the game has flaws. I definitely will. But you know something? For all of its shortcomings, I love it that much more. Like, the only things that I have to really complain about are the insane difficulty spikes that you get at some points. If you haven't been grinding at all, you get some serious difficulty spikes at points. And it's amazing to see that in a game where you wouldn't think much of there being any difficulty spikes of any kind. Especially since it's a rated T game, it's not like it's going to be all that hard. But still, Digimon Story Cybersleuth is such an amazing game to me. It's shown me so much of what modern games can do. And in all honesty, this was the first reason why I wanted a PS4. Not Devil May Cry 4, not Naruto Storm 4, not even Disgaea 5. I love Digimon so much that I will, flat out, buy a console just to play a game for that series. And if you take anything away from this part of the video, please tell me, if you're a Digimon fan, are you excited for Digimon World Next Order next year? I know I am. So, for those reasons, Digimon Story Cybersleuth is my number 1 game of 2016. Thank you all so much for watching today's video, everybody. Please let me know what your favorite video games of this year were in the comments down below. And if you have any that are shared with me, please tell me what you thought of them and if there were any shortcomings you personally thought were a pain. I didn't really talk about shortcomings or specific things that were great about certain games for this list, but that's only because I'm on a time schedule and I've got a lot more recording to do, and then I'll be back in the swing of it. And don't worry, Pokemon Coliseum won't be going away, the Ratchet & Clank games won't be going away, and hell no, Cybersleuth is not going away. Persona 4, it's going to be on the back burner for now, at least until I get one of those games beat. Just saying. But anyways, let me know what you guys thought of the list in the comments down below. Tell me any personal or heartwarming stories you may have about video games that happened this year. And what more can I say? Like the video if you want, favorite the video if you want. But who the hell favorites videos these days? Subscribe if you're new. And as always, this is Fox Rose here. And I'm telling you all to rock and roll, dudes and vixens.